Welcome to Quran Stories Animated. In every episode, we share the timeless lessons of the Holy Quran, the stories of prophets, their trials and patience, their faith and obedience to Allah. These stories guide us, inspire us, and remind us of Allah's wisdom and mercy. Join us as we bring the words of the Quran to life. Quran Stories Animated of Prophet Yusuf. Part 2. The Well. Yusuf walked peacefully through the valley, the sun warming his face, and his robe flowing softly in the breeze. His brothers watched him from a distance, their eyes filled with jealousy and anger. They whispered among themselves with sharp voices, planning what they would soon do to him. Yusuf, innocent and trusting, smiled gently and greeted them with kindness. The brothers forced fake smiles, hiding their cruel thoughts behind calm faces. They invited him to join them, pretending to play in the fields. Yusuf followed happily, unaware of their dark plans. The sheep grazed quietly on the hills as the desert wind moved across the valley. The brothers exchanged cold looks, their hearts hardening with envy. The sun burned high in the sky, and Yusuf began to grow tired. When they reached the old well, the brothers surrounded Yusuf tightly and blocked his way. The stones of the well were ancient, its opening dark and frightening. Yusuf looked at them with confusion, asking why they stood against him. Their voices grew harsh as they said, "We will throw him down." His innocent eyes widened with fear, and his heart trembled. They grabbed him roughly, and his robe tore as he struggled. Yusuf cried out for mercy, but they did not listen. They pushed him toward the edge, the deep well yawning below. He clung to the rope, his hands shaking with desperation. The rope slipped suddenly, and Yusuf fell into the darkness. Water splashed as he struck the bottom, and his voice echoed in the hollow chamber. Yusuf gasped in fear, his robe soaked and clinging to him. He pressed himself against the stones of the well, shivering. Above him, the brothers looked down with cold eyes. Their faces showed no mercy as they turned away. Yusuf raised his trembling hands and whispered, "O Allah, protect me." The well grew silent. Only the faint sound of water remained. The moon above shone softly, casting light through the opening. Yusuf's young face glowed with faith even in despair. Allah was near, guarding his servant in the darkness. Outside, the brothers sat on the ground laughing among themselves. They threw stones into the well, mocking Yusuf's cries. Their hearts were hard, filled with pride and cruelty. One of them said, "Let us tell our father a lie." They agreed together and planned their deception. They killed a goat and stained Yusuf's robe with its blood. Holding it up, they said, "We will show this to him." Their voices were sharp and proud, thinking they had succeeded. The sun set behind the desert hills, painting the sky red. Darkness fell, and the brothers walked home carrying the robe. In the tent, Prophet Yaqub sat alone, his heart heavy with worrying. A small candle burned faintly, casting light on his weary face. He prayed silently, "O Allah, protect my son." The brothers arrived with loud cries of sorrow. They placed the blooded robe in Yaqub's trembling hands. His tears fell upon it as he looked at the stains. He said, "This is not the truth. Patience is best for me." His voice broke with sadness, yet he trusted Allah fully. He raised his hands in dua, his heart aching. The tent was filled with silence and sorrow. Back in the well, Yusuf leaned against the damp stones. His small body shook with cold, yet his spirit was firm. He whispered, "My Lord is with me. I will not despair." The water calmed, and the night grew quiet. Stars turned slowly above the valley, shining brightly. The moon poured silver light into the opening of the well. Yusuf's eyes closed gently, resting with patience. His face glowed with innocence and trust. The desert around was still and peaceful. Allah's plan was unfolding in silence. Thank you for watching Quran Stories. The stories of the Holy Quran are lessons for all time about faith, patience, and guidance. We hope this story inspired you and reminded you of Allah's wisdom. Subscribe and continue with us as we share more timeless lessons from the Holy Quran.